Sam said he's feeling pretty good. Is he a possibility tomorrow?
He's not going to play tomorrow just because we got other guys who've been playing really well. Sam has played well, and I think just having a few more practices under his belt, and whether that's the first game after or into the road trip or shortly after, I'm sure we'll see him soon enough.
You're scheduled in January. You only play Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Does the coach you liking that? It allows you to kind of be more regimented in your scheduling and give your goalies or your goalie, doesn't have to play back-to-backs anymore.
I like it right now, but when we get into end of March and April, I certainly will be wishing we had a few more games in January. As a coach, yeah, we want the time to be able to work on things and have some quality practices. Having the guys not get overworked and feeling fresh, I think that helps us. But it's going to catch up to us later with the schedule. But I guess everyone goes through that, and we're just trying to make the most out of it.
Ryan McLeod's done really well in the ring. Do you see him at center again at some point? In the near future?
I don't know about near future, but at some point in the season, I'm sure he'll play at center. But there's going to be a point where the chemistry in that line maybe gets a little stale, or we need to change something up, or a line matchup where we need maybe for him to have an assignment as a third-line centerman. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but right now, obviously that second line's been playing really well. We don't want to split them up, but at some point in the year, yes, he'll be back at center. I would think.
I know you've been asked about that line a lot lately, and rightly so. But what's the secret sauce there? Why those three kind of found a groove?
I don't know. I think a lot of it speed. We talked about getting in the forecheck, but that's part of it. I think a lot of it is they're just able to make plays, and a lot of it is they're feeling confident. They're not being careless with the puck, and they're reading off each other. And I think anytime there's chemistry within a line, it's three guys working together and not letting one guy do all the work, or maybe two guys. All three of them are having their responsibilities, whether it's defensively or just moving their feet. And after you get three guys working well, it's just ultimately now you just have to make some plays. And I don't think confidence is an issue right now with the way things have been going for them, but we'll hopefully it continues.
You have some players on this team that kind of didn't start the way they wanted, like Skinner, McLeod, Bouchard. The season got off kind of on the wrong foot for all of them. They've battled back, and they're at the tops of their games now. What does it take for a player to do that? What's the hardest part of reeling it in when the whole world's telling you how bad you are? Just
for them just to keep it simple. Usually it's winning puck battles, stopping in position in the defensive zone. If you're in the right spot, then you're able to make plays. And I've talked before about there is an element of luck. We talked about McLeod, his 0 shooting percentage, and you can't always control how the goalie's going to play. Sometimes I've seen players get hat tricks where they played awful games, and things just went their way. They got the bounces, and I don't think that any bounces went McLeod's way or some of these other guys. But also when they're not playing well, it's usually they're not doing the little things well, and that's just being able to make a simple pass, moving their feet, and just those little details. And if they're doing those things regularly, then the bigger things happen. Staying on the right side of it mentally is a big part of it. Is that something that they're on their own to do, or is this coach and teammates, is it possible to help them? Well, I think just absolutely. It's a responsibility of them to stay with it and staying positive, but not solely on them. It's up to their teammates and the coaching staff and outside, sports psychologists, all that. But when teams playing well as a group, other guys can find their game much easier. I think that's the responsibility of much more than just a player.
Dylan Hall sent down the other day. Can you talk a little bit about what the organizational plan is for him, and do you want to see him maybe at center up here, when that time comes?
We don't exactly have a definite plan. We have an idea, and then obviously things can always change. I think Dylan's going to be a big part of our team moving forward. We want to be able to get better, and whether that's being a little more assertive, more goal scoring, better defensively, all those things. And we feel Dylan can provide those aspects for our team. Obviously, we're playing really well right now, but we're going to need to get better, and I think he'll be able to do that. And as for his position, yeah, there's a good possibility he comes back and plays center. Maybe it's left wing, and there's obviously we have a plan, but things can always change. We were just talking about McLeod playing left wing, and if that chemistry still continues on, or if we move him at center, then we don't necessarily need a centerman or as much. Yeah, like that's going to be down the road, and whether that's 1 week, 2 weeks, we don't know, but there will be a time where Dylan's back with our team and he'll be helping us win hockey games.
Kind of an unfortunate situation for him, not only him, but for you trying to get to know him. He gets hurt in your first game, and do you feel like you have much of a handle on this player yet?
No, I don't. I'm still getting to know these players, and you think I know somebody, and then something comes up, whether you see a skill that you didn't know they had or whatever it is. I liked his attitude throughout his conditioning stint. We had meetings with the video just so we didn't fall behind on the team meetings that we're having and what we wanted to see on our system play. So usually I'd meet with the team, and then I'd meet with him the next day to follow up with him just so we was staying present with the team. And there's a lot of things out of a player's control. And, the fact that we're winning hockey games and everyone's healthy right now and playing well, it makes it a lot more difficult to get them in the lineup.
Do you want to bring a seventh defenseman on the road?
Yes, we do plan on bringing a seventh defenseman when we head out, yes.